Hello, my name is Brad. I've got some interesting recipes, tips, and tricks on things you can do with pantry items that are here available at the Veterans Village in Loma Linda. Let's see what we have this week. Here are some of the items we have in this week's box. For some reason, one of the first things that jumps out to me is tuna fish. I know I have some buns that need to be eaten anyway, so it reminded me of when I was a kid. My grandma used to make what she called tuna burgers. Tuna burgers are nothing more than an old version of what we call a tuna melt these days. It's basically just a tuna sandwich made on a hamburger bun, wrapped up in foil, put in the oven at 450 for 8 minutes, and you wind up with some delicious, chewy, gooey, hot mess tuna sandwich kind of stuff. Pretty cool. I'll show you how I make mine. And we'll slow things down a little bit here. Anyway, we're going to need obviously some tuna. You can either use one large can or two small cans. In this recipe, we're going to be using two of the smaller cans. And then we'll need some hamburger buns. This recipe makes 4 tuna burgers, so 4 hamburger buns. These buns actually didn't make it, so otherwise we could have used 2 of these extra large buns or 4 of these buns that I had in the freezer. By the way, keeping your bread products in the freezer is a great way to preserve them. Next, we're going to need some cheese. Call it the redneck in me or whatever, but I like some good old American cheese. Need 8 slices of that. Then we'll need some Thousand Island dressing and sweet pickle relish, a little bit of mayonnaise, and some white pepper. Oh, and we'll need some aluminum foil, of course, to wrap our burgers in. Well, as they say, there's nothing to it but to do it. Let's get started. Anyway, tuna burgers. Tuna burgers is something my grandma used to make me when I was a kid. And it was something she used to make when I would come over and visit because she could make them ahead of time, keep them in the freezer, pull them out, pop them in the oven, and boom, I could have a hot sandwich. Anyway, let's get busy. This is kind of like a tuna melt. Actually, it is a tuna melt that's made and wrapped in foil and cooked in the oven. So we're just going to... But because of the way we're making it, we need our tuna salad to be really dry. Okay, real dry. So we're going to strain it, get all the water out of the tuna that we can, put it in the strainer, and we're going to just press it with the spatula. Just press it. Try and get all that juice out of it. Fold it over a little bit. We want it dry because we don't want to soak the hamburger bun with wet product. And we're going to do that a few ways. One, we're going to make this tuna mix dry. And 2, it's the way we assemble it. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, I have most of the moisture out of here. Now, you can make this tuna salad any way you want it. I recommend that you make it the way you like it, the way you would make it for a tuna salad sandwich. So, I'll show you how I make mine. It looks like we have about a cup. And we're going to go ahead and get this out of the strainer, put it in the bowl. All right, so half a cup of tuna. Now we're going to add in just a little bit of mayonnaise. So probably about a tablespoon. About a tablespoon of mayonnaise. Grandma put Thousand Island dressing on her bun, and we will too, but we're also going to add some sweet relish, because that's the way I like my tuna salad. The only difference is we're going to add our relish the same way we added, which is about a tablespoon. It's a healthy tablespoon maybe, but we'll go ahead and drain that too. Again, and do everything we can to make these. Otherwise, if it's too wet, You'll see. It's not. It ain't pretty when they're too wet. They just get all sloppy and melty. Because there's a bunch of cheese gonna go in here too. All right. So now we have our tuna, pickle relish, mayonnaise. Last thing Grandma used to put in hers that I like to put in mine. Well, we're gonna use just a dash of white pepper. That's it. I mean, I don't even think you could measure how much we used. It would be called a pinch back in the day. Okay? So, we're just going to mix this up. And then we're ready to assemble. Okay, so to assemble, we take a hamburger bun. I'll go ahead and do two. We have enough for at least two. Alright, we'll take our buns, set them up. Okay. Now, we're going to protect the bun from the wet salad by putting a slice of cheese on each bun. Each half of the bun, I should say. All right. And then we're going to use Thousand Island dressing. And again, I probably should measure this stuff, but just a teaspoon. Just a teaspoon. Okay. Just for extra sweetness, I guess, if nothing else. All right. Okay, so now we're just going to spread this a little bit. And then we'll take some of our tuna. We just want to kind of cover the cheese a little bit. Again, this batch would do 4. So that's 2. We have another 2 in there. And then that's it. Then we'll just go ahead and put the top on the bottom. Beep. Beep. All right. Okay. And then we'll take our sandwich and put it on the aluminum foil. All right. And we'll take our sheet of aluminum foil on both sides. Just one sheet. Just one sheet. That's all right. So we'll take this on one side and we'll fold it over. And we'll fold it over. And we'll fold it over. Okay? That's it. Just until it, and then just like Grandma used to do, I don't know why, but this is the way we used to fold them. All right. And that would be one. I'll do another one. Take the sandwich, put it in the middle of the foil. Take the foil and meet the sides up. Then start folding it. Maybe 1 inch at a time until it reaches the top of top of the burger. The burger. And just roll the ends up. And that's it. There we have it. I'm going to bake them at 450 for 8 minutes. And you should have a nice hot tuna melt, or tuna burger, as we're going to call them. I got my little air fryer oven over here. 450 for 8 minutes. And we used to just serve them right on the plate, just like this. That's it. A few chips, whatever you want. Man, what's cool is when you open them up, and you can, we used to leave the foil right there, and we would pick them up like this, and then try and eat them. But man, talk about a hot mess. Oh my goodness. The cheese gets, that's one of my favorite spots too, though, is the cheese. Here. That's it. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, so good. They're so delicious. Let's just open these up. You can kind of see what. It's just a tuna melt. That's it. All right, guys, enjoy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.